confinement, I am. Where I don't want to be is on the inside. I don't want to be inside this attack, okay? If I get overwhelmed, because I still have my inside and outside block, if she comes in and just keeps swinging, and I get to where I'm tied up in this point, then I can execute my pushing technique and push away to create distance. So, whenever I don't want to be on the inside. If I could get to the outside, I need to get to the outside for control at any time possible. But you can't always do that. So understand that all the blocks hook punch. This is good, straight punch. This is good, hook punch on the other side. This is okay, straight punch on this side. This is okay, but if I do this, I need to move to the outside. I don't want to stay on the inside. All right? Does that make sense? Stop. All right. So I don't want to be straight on with somebody. When I'm talking to them, I need to be at an angle. Preferably, if my strong side is my right side, I want to make sure that's not exposed to the person if I'm right-handed. If I'm left-handed, it's ideal that I'm over in this area over here, not head-on. When I'm dealing with the attack, for any type of block, I want to use both bones of my arm. So when I bring this up, I'm using both bones opposed to one side of my arm. Also, anytime one hand is used for a block or a pass, I need to make sure my other hand stays protecting me. So if this hand drops down for an attack, this hand needs to remain up, unless I'm doing something quick to get away, to move to the side. And then my hands immediately come back up. For a knife attack in particular, for a number 1 slash, which comes across at a diagonal angle coming down, this is a circular attack, okay? I can't wait for her to start moving to me before I react. As soon as I see her body weight shift and she starts to come at me to cut, I need to start moving in the block. So my hands are already up in this position. When the slash comes in, go ahead and step in and try to cut me. It's going to be initially here. Now from this point, I don't want to be straight on. I need to the outside. I need to move to the outside. So what I got to do is I've got to duck down a little bit, and this hand's going to come up behind. And as I do, I'm turning to create distance. That's my angle of direction. If it's a low strike, if she jabs, still this is going to come here for the back of my arm, but I've got to get out of the line of this attack. So the other hand's going to come down and push it to the outside, and I'm still using that angular direction, okay? If it's coming across the body, because this is a low attack, I still need to engage this, but I need to be careful because I don't want this to ride up into me, all right? So the other hand's going to come in behind and push away so I can engage, sorry. If it's a punch, if it's a straight punch to my face, the initial inside block looks like this, and from that point, I need to also step in as it comes in, punch really slow. This is my pattern of movement, so now I'm at an angle. The other hand's going to come in from behind and push and redirect. If it's a hooking punch, the same thing, I want to do the same thing that I do with the knife, but I need to move, duck down underneath to create that distance. Essentially, that's your patterns of movement from this angle. Straight punch, get to the outside, this hand comes up, redirect. If it's a hook punch, boom, I need to get my head out of the way, this comes underneath, redirect and push. I'm changing my patterns of movement. If it's a knife attack again, slash, I'm going to engage it here, same thing as the punch, underneath, change my movement. If it's a low attack, both bones, but I got to move to change my pattern. From that point, I can run, I can escape. Sometimes you can't always escape, so I might have to re-engage, which is why I never want to turn my back on somebody unless I have a clear exit route.